Hello, in this brief tutorial, I'm going to explain how you could upload assignments you have created from your Google Drive into Google Classroom. So typically these are assignments that you have uploaded into your Drive account, and usually they'll be Google Docs files, maybe Google Slides files, or any sort of file that you've uploaded that you want the students to complete. So in the example here, I'm going to show how I upload a Google Doc file that I want the students to complete. So the title of the assignment I have currently is called DNA-based pairing practice. And if I search for it, I obviously can find the template that I've created. So this is an assignment that I've created that has some questions I would like the students to answer, some videos I would like them to look at. This is an assignment that I've already created. So the way I upload it to my students is I, of course, go to my Google Classroom. And if I go to classwork, I want to create the assignment. And you have a lot of different options, but for an assignment such as this one, I want to click the tab that says assignment. Now you can give it a title. In the case of this one, it is called DNA-based pairing practice. Sometimes you want to add instructions, instructions that you want the students to learn, or things you want the students to do, or maybe just some sort of idea in general what you want the students to get out of it. Sometimes I'll even put the objective, for instance. Now I want to hit this add file. This add file is very important. There's a lot of things you can add. Now for the purpose of this assignment, I just like to add that file from Google Drive. So I'll click it. And since I recently uploaded it, it's definitely going to show up here under today, the file I want to upload, or I could just search it. So for example, DNA-based pairing practice. And I can find the document that I want right here, and I will hit add. Now here's where things sometimes get a little bit tricky because it always defaults to students can view file. This is when you want to add a file that the students can only look at, whether it be something that you want them to read, but definitely not something you want them to answer. So the option I usually like to go with is student can make a copy for each student, because what this does is almost creates a individual copy of this document for each student. Now, there are other options. You could say students can edit file. This is typically done when you want to have a file that every student has the opportunity to respond to and make changes to, or perhaps like a group discussion type of piece. But for the most part, I like to say make a copy for each student. Now, you can also add other things. You can add links. Sometimes I would like to add a YouTube video link, for instance. Maybe a link to a video I've created going over the lesson on how to complete the assignment. Pretty simple thing to do is add these links. You can add other files as well. You can upload from your own desktop. But I would always double check that you make a copy for each student. Now, of course, you have tabs over here, who it's for, which class it's for. If you want to assign it to individual students or have it to all students, you can give it a point value or make it ungraded. You can give it a due date. In this case, I'll just make the due date over here. And then topics. Now you can kind of create topics. Now for my courses right now, my topics are pretty much week 1, week 2, week 3 type of topics. It just helps to organize things a little bit better. And if you want to add a rubric, you can actually create a rubric. So all I need to do now is I can schedule it if I wanted it to be scheduled for a certain date or time, or I can just hit the assign button. And once I hit the assign button, the assignment should now be posted for my students to look at and to view, and you can see it right here. And now it's just a matter of me checking the students' work and grading it once it's turned in. So hopefully that helped out a little bit, explaining how to upload assignments into Google Classroom. Thank you and have a good one.